Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Every country, they have special forces, okay, with spunky determination. They do a lot of things for the military. They're part of the military, but they're not directly a military force in itself. They do sometimes reconnaissance mission. So they will be collecting intelligence, going on a special operation, going on a special mission. In other words, this unit, this special forces unit, they are so vital for the military to get intelligence, to understand what the enemy is, the nature of the enemy, what they have in terms of weapon, their location, things like that. It is so important, it's so vital for the military that today we boast, a lot of countries, they boast of having this kind of spunky, determined military forces or intelligence forces or special forces. And wallahi, like if you take a look at the Islamic history, this is something you will find amazing that Allah Azza wa Jal, in fact, He mentioned it in the Quran, and Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, He mentioned it in the Sunnah, in Hadith, about these special forces. In other words, these special forces, they are not new. This concept, this idea that somehow we have, we human being, we have invented this special forces, we created these special forces, and we are creating or doing something that was never done before. It is mentioned in the Quran. It was actually even mentioned in the Injil and in Torah. And when we talk about these special forces in terms of the malhama that will take place, the coming of the Mahdi and figures like that, when he will be here, we obviously, when we talk about the special forces, we talk about these special forces in regards to the end of time. When we mention those special forces, a lot of the brothers, they have this question: who are these people? When are they coming? What is going to happen? So this video is really, I'm going to be mentioning few very important points. Number one is, as I said, special forces. These groups are not new. Every country, for example, Russia, they have this special forces called Spetsnaz. This was formed in the year, I believe, 1941, during the Second World War. They were sending this special forces to collect intelligence on the German movement. So because Germany was invading Poland and other countries, the Soviet Union that time, they sent out this special forces, Spetsnaz, to find out Germans' movement, what they were up to. We have also seen what happened in the US Navy SEAL. As you can see right by me, these military personnel are getting training. These are all special forces, and their training is so excruciatingly painful, dear brothers and sisters, that it is something for some people impossible really to pass that test. It's gonna bear down on you so much that you will exhaust your whole body physically and even emotionally, mentally. So this is something we see every country has. So Russia, they have this, US Navy SEAL, India, Pakistan, Australia, Canada, every country, they have this special forces because these are vital. These are so important. We have seen when somebody, is being held as hostage, right? They send these special forces. They don't send just any military army, personnel. They send somebody who is capable of carrying out that duty. Every country, they have it. Islam, Allah Azza wa Jal, He mentioned it in the Quran when He talked about the Sahaba. Wallahi, He mentioned about the Sahaba. I'm not saying that it is necessarily that they are the special forces of Islam. I do not want you to picture them in that way, because the Sahaba, they were more than special forces. Special forces, they are strong physically, mentally, but spiritually they are not. They're dead. Russian, special forces, US special forces, these personnels, these military personnels, they're dead spiritually. They don't believe in God, or they worship the false God, right? But the Sahaba, they were the special forces, the army of Allah. Not only physically that they were defending Islam, not only mentally that they went through so much test, but even spiritually. They were the epitome of what it looks like to be in the special forces in the army. When Rasulullah actually, Quran, Surah Fath, I believe, 29 ayat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned about this particular group. When Allah said, Muhammad Rasulullah walladina ma'ahu ashidda alal kuffar ruhama bainahum. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala called this special group of people, these special forces, that Muhammad is the messenger of Allah, and with him, walladina ma'ahu, and who is the people with him, the Sahaba that are with him, they are very stern. Ashidda alal kuffar. They are very stern against the kuffar, and ruhama bainahum, and they are very merciful, kind to each other. So this concept of a special force, a special group of people, a special unit of army is mentioned even in the Quran. So when we say, well, these countries now, we are proud of our special Navy SEAL, look what they have accomplished, they went to the mountaintop, they, killed this guy, you know what I mean, right? We have seen it in the TV. Oh, they are so proud. But think about the Sahaba. We should be even 10 times actually much more prouder than these special forces that we have right now. Now, this video, I want to talk to you about the special forces, the special army, the specialness of the Mahdi, okay, the Imam Mahdi, because we talk about him in this channel a lot. Who are these special forces? Are they alive? How can we recognize them? Okay, so these special forces are, number one, a group of people. They are a group of people who we do not know. وَمَا يَعْلَمُ جُنُودَ رَبِّكَ إِلَّا هُ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned the soldier of Allah are someone you would not know except Allah. And that statement in general would mean we do not know who are the people of the Mahdi. Okay, we do not know who are the people of taqwa. We do not know from their physical appearance that this is the group, this is the special forces of army for the Muslims. We do not know them. You can argue, what about these, this extremist group, right? In Somalia, in Iraq, and many places. They are not simply because Allah would help them. Allah mentioned, Rasulullah mentioned in the hadith that Allah Azza wa Jal will help them. So if Allah is helping them, it means they cannot be defeated all the time. They will gain ground. But this group of people, that the one we have right now, number one, they are not being helped by Allah because they are all over the places. And number two, you will also see them not very kind. They do not have those characteristics that Allah mentioned in the Quran, that they are not nice to the believers. In fact, in many cases, very, very strict, very, very stern. Even a more important thing about these groups is that these people are fighting for their own interest. Okay, you will not find them helping the Ummah. Their mission, their goal is to expand territories, and make money, by looting, by destroying cities and places, and then using those monies for their own benefit, not to benefit the Ummah. So this is why these can be easily ruled out as the Taif and Mansura that Rasulullah mentioned. We do not know them, number one, because Allah only knows His soldier. But the question would be now, this is very important. So brother, so we would not know, like they do not even exist now? The answer to that question would be, they do exist. They do. Wallahi. Because Rasulullah, he mentioned, Tawban, he mentioned, in Sahih al-Muslim, I believe the hadith, Rasulullah, he mentioned that La yazalu ta'ifatun min ummati zahirin hatta yatiyahum amrullah wa hum zahirin. Rasulullah, he mentioned basically that there will be a group among my ummah who will be always victorious, and Allah will make them victorious. Allah will support them. In other words, this group of people, they're always fighting. They're always doing, they're struggling for the sake of Islam. Their goal is not to come on the news channel. Their goal is not to accomplish something. Their goal is to defend their religion. They do not have any worldly goal, in other words. Okay, they do not have any worldly vision. Okay, I want to expand my territory. I want to become the king. I want to become the Khalifa. No, they do not want. Remember, Khilafah will come when Allah wants it. It is not something we can, say that this is what I want. I want Khilafah, so let me do this. This is not how it works. The Khilafah is a gift from Allah Himself to the righteous slaves of Allah. If we are righteous, if we have enough number of people who are righteous, Wallahi, Khilafah will come to us. So we have to work hard to become righteous, and Allah will bless us with Khilafah. It is something, a gift from Allah Azza wa Jal. The point here is that these people are trying to accomplish something. These people are trying to, get something, and they want these things for the dunya purposes. But the good news is that even though among all of these corrupted people, we do have righteous, slaves of Allah. Like as you can see, these people are very, very righteous to their cause. Even though they're not Muslims, but look at them. They're very, very dedicated, right? So the point here is that, very undaunting. The point here is that, dear brothers and sisters, is that we have to have that righteousness, and we have in us, among us, I should say, this special group of, special forces of army among us living with us. We do not just know them, but they are here. You will see them all the time defending their religion, and we again do not know, because the reason I'm saying they are present right now is because of the hadith that Rasulullah said there will always be a group of people from among my ummah who will be striving for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal. Now, when we talk about the special forces of the coming of the Mahdi and things like that, one thing very, very important for all of us to understand, which is that these special forces, brothers and sisters, please lower your gaze. This lady is not wearing hijab, so I could not find any other video to show you really, but lower your gaze, inshallah. I'll try to ignore her. Wallahi, like the fitna is everywhere. The other thing is that the coming of the Mahdi, the special forces of army for the Muslims, for the believers, that we find in a hadith, this special group of people, special forces, will actually come during the time of the Mahdi. Because we have seen this group of people, they exist in the time of a prophet. So for example, Prophet Isa alayhi salam, Jesus, he had a special group of people, special force. They're called the Hawarin, right? They were his supporters. We have seen this kind of special group of people when Musa alayhi salam wanted to go to Jerusalem. He wanted to enter Jerusalem. Most of his people said, no, we will not go. فَاذْهَبْ أَنْتَ وَرَبُّكَ فَقَاتِلَ إِنَّهَا هُنَا قَاعِدُونَ. He said, these people, they said to Musa alayhi salam, you and your Lord go, and we are going to sit down right here. But there were some people among that people, few people only, they said to Musa alayhi salam, no, you go ahead, we will follow you. This special forces, this special unit of Navy SEAL or Spetsnaz, they existed during the time of the prophets before. They are right now here, but we do not know them. But the good news is the one who will ultimately give victory to the Muslims, would be in the time of the Mahdi. And this is what Rasulullah SAW mentioned. So what I'm trying to get you at is this special force, this army, this bunch of, undaunted, brave men, their culmination, the epitome of it would happen when the Mahdi will be here. And the fierce battle, the malhama, the ultimate malhama, malhamatul kubra, will take place. Why I'm saying that is because if you take a look at our past history, during the time of the prophets, they had supporters from a special army, from a special forces. These supporters were strong not only physically, mentally, but also spiritually. The reason also I'm saying this is because every time you have any special group of people that Allah sent, they are not people who are ill-equipped. What I mean by that is that these people are not random people walking on the street. This group of people are special group. They are well equipped. They have weapons. They have, in this case, horses and weapons and bows and arrows that Rasulullah mentioned. And the reason for that is because Allah Azza wa Jal would not send this group of people and be like, oh, do whatever you can and I will help you. No. Allah Azza wa Jal himself will prepare this army. And this is why this army, they will not only come during the time of a righteous man on earth, which will be the Mahdi the next time, and before it was the prophets, but also they're very, very well equipped. They're well prepared. They're not people who, random people popping up from nowhere. These people are trained. These people have sophisticated weapons, and this is what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned, that إذا وقعت الملاحم بَعَثَ الله بعث من المواليهم أقرم العرب فرسا وأزواده سلاحا يؤيد الله بهم الدين. And this is narrated in Sunan Ibn Majah. This is Hassan Hadith. Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, he mentioned that إذا وقعت الملاحم بعث الله بعث من المواليهم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will send a special troop, special group of army. This is a special unit, Navy SEAL, or this brave men. They will come when the fierce battle will take place, and they will be the best of the Arab horsemen, and they will have the best armed. Okay, they are the best armed, and Allah will support them. So Allah's support in this hadith comes after their equipments, after their ability, after their what they will be equipped with. Okay, with horses and weapons and things like that. After this, the hadith mentioned that Allah's help will come. In other words, this special group of people, this special batch of army, a Muslim army, they are prepared, they are well equipped, they will be very, very effective in their mission, and they will come when the whole the Roman army, we talk about the Roman army, we talk about this army, the Dajjal's army, when all of this army will come and they will try to gang up on the Muslim army, that's when this Navy SEALs, this special army forces will appear, and they will be very, very deadly, and Allah will support them and they will give the victory. So I hope that this is very clear now, that the Mahdi, the coming of the Mahdi, is not only coming the Mahdi himself, but there will be special army forces with him. People who will give him bayah, the Mahdi, people who will be with him are not ordinary people. These people are not only physically strong, mentally strong, but they are spiritually strong. So for us, it's a great opportunity to prepare ourselves. Wallahi, if you are a Muslim, take care of yourself, make yourself strong. Allah loves the strong believers, then He loves weak believers, even though everybody is good. The point here is that, dear brothers and sisters, I am personally so jealous. I personally so want to join that special group, special unit, this Navy SEAL, that I want to prepare myself physically and mentally, inshallah also spiritually, because these people are the gems. Okay, they are the best of the best. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal to give us the tawfiq and make it easy for us to join them, inshallah, and be in that special forces unit when the Mahdi will be here, and may Allah accept us as His righteous slaves. If you are again new to this channel, consider subscribing, like this video if you did, share this video, and inshallah I will see you soon again. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.